Did you know that water textures differ depending on if you're playing on Java or Bedrock? Or the fact that the Bedrock version of the Wither is 2 times more difficult to beat? Well, even if you did, get ready for a boatload of other interesting differences between Minecraft Java and Bedrock Edition.
If you haven't played Minecraft from beginning to end in both versions, you wouldn't know that the Wither fight is different depending on the version. In Java Edition, the Wither turns blue as it nears complete healing before its release. In the Bedrock Edition, however, it shifts to a white hue before emerging, signaling its imminent arrival with a sudden change in color. Another thing that's different is the Wither's health bar. In Java, the Wither has 150 hearts, while in Bedrock, it has double that amount. That sounds so scary.
Another mob that's notorious for its destroying power is the Ravager. In Java Edition, Ravagers are a bit picky about what they destroy. They stick to leaves and crops, leaving the other plants alone. But in Bedrock Edition, they're like wrecking balls. They'll smash through anything in their way, whether it's leaves, crops, or other plants. But if you see a Ravager charging your way, you'd better watch out, no matter which edition you're playing. Wait, is this Ravager chasing me?
Okay, so imagine you're in your base and you want to redo the decorations, and you leave the furnaces and the enchantment tables at the end. Well, in Java Edition, you need pickaxes to get them, but in Bedrock Edition, it's a bit easier. You can just break them with whatever you've got. I mean, you can even use your fist to do it, though I wouldn't recommend that one, as I always like to play it safe.
Pablo mentioned furnaces, so let me tell you more about them. Did you know that furnaces operate differently depending on the edition? In Java Edition, players can use unconventional items like wool, bows, carpets, and ladders as fuel. In Bedrock Edition, these options are unavailable, and players rely on gold nuggets instead. Now, I like to think that fuel in Java is much cheaper, as you can make a wool duplicator much easier than a gold one.
Oh, I can't wait to see how many nuggets I have left. I worked so hard last month. Wait, where are my nuggets? And why do I smell steak?
In the culinary world of Minecraft, even the names of cooked dishes vary between editions. In Java Edition, sizzling strips of cooked beef are called steak after a stint on the grill. However, in Bedrock Edition, the name stays true to its roots. Cooked beef retains its straightforward title of, well, cooked beef, even after being cooked to perfection. So if I were in a Minecraft restaurant, I would way rather have the Bedrock version of the beef.
Did you know that writing stories in Minecraft is different depending on which version you're playing? In Java Edition, you write your tales on one page at a time, like turning the pages of a real book. But in Bedrock Edition, it's like having a bigger desk. You can see 2 pages at once, which lets you plan even bigger adventures in your stories. I don't really know who would need 2 pages at the same time. I mean, it isn't 2 monitors that we're talking about. What's so important that you need to look at it while writing the second page?
Maybe they were writing a story about a baby horse? I mean, only if they were playing in the Bedrock edition of the game, because in Java Edition, horses go from being cute little foals straight to big grown-up adults. But in the Bedrock Edition, they have this in-between phase where they're like teenagers. It's kind of like watching your own kid getting through puberty. Ah, the joys of life in Minecraft.
The timing of pistons varies depending on the edition you're playing in. In Java Edition, pistons retract instantly like a swift draw of a sword, offering immediate action. However, in Bedrock Edition, pistons pause for a moment before retracting, adding a brief delay to their movement. Maybe pistons in Bedrock aren't the smartest ones.
Who knew that you and pistons had so much in common, Moggy?
Okay, but what about the interaction between pistons and composters? You see, it differs depending on the edition you're playing in. In Java Edition, using a piston on a composter with a player inside doesn't do anything. It's like the composter is immune to the outside forces. But in Bedrock Edition, things get glitchy. Using a piston on a composter with a player inside leads to unexpected results, bending the rules of the game. But be sure to keep this a secret or the Mojang police force will find a way to ban you for using this trick.
When it comes to being set ablaze, the game will act different depending on your edition. In Java Edition, setting yourself ablaze is a precarious predicament. Being on fire means you'll need to put out the flames before you can light a candle or campfire. However, in Bedrock Edition, it's a bit more troubling. Even while engulfed in flames, you can use yourself as a fire source to light the campfire or the candles around you, making the game a tad bit realistic. Not sure why you would like to get burned first to start lighting your decorations, but hey, at least it's possible. Now, don't mind me while I go and fix the candles in my house.
After putting out the fire that Moggy just made, let's talk more about water. You see, the appearance of water differs between editions, reflecting the game's diversity. In Java Edition, watercolor varies based on the body of water, adapting to its surroundings, whether icy or warm. But in Bedrock Edition, water water hue changes depending on the biome it flows through, matching the unique environment. But either way, I do appreciate the little details that this game brings.
And did you know that Minecraft Salmon can come in different sizes depending on which version of the game you're playing? Yup, in Java Edition, they all look the same. But in Bedrock Edition, you can find tiny ones, medium-sized ones, and big ones swimming around. It's like having a whole salmon family under the sea, with each size adding more fun to your underwater adventures.
And talking about ocean adventure, in Minecraft's Ocean Monuments, the Elder Guardian has different tricks up its sleeve depending on the edition you're playing. In Java Edition, you can counter its mining fatigue effect with a splash of milk, giving you a temporary break. But in Bedrock Edition, there is no easy way out. Once you're hit with mining fatigue, it's there to stay, making your journey through the monument's depths a real challenge. But either way, I would recommend bringing a set of doors if you really wish to defeat this pesky guardian.
Did you know that there's a giant rabbit in Minecraft? Well, depending on which version you're playing, you might not see it. In Java Edition, it was too big for the game and got taken out. But in Bedrock Edition, it's like finding a secret treasure. You can only see it if you know a special command. Whoa, just look at this beast. Wait, why is it coming in my direction? Wait, I'm not a carrot!
In Minecraft, getting your hands on path blocks is very easy, but it still varies depending on which edition you're playing. In Java Edition, even though you can make them with a shovel, you can only obtain them through commands, giving them a special appeal. But in Bedrock Edition, you can gather them way more easily. Just use a Silk Touch tool to delicately pick them up. Though I don't understand why Mojang would make this such a big difference considering that it's only a dirt block.
At least it's better than having a cobblestone.
In Minecraft, even how mobs navigate varies depending on the edition you're playing. In Java Edition, mobs like zombies and skeletons can't cross rails. They see them as impassable barriers. But in Bedrock Edition, mobs are more adaptable. Rails won't stop them, so they can travel right over them. But does that mean that mobs in Java version took a class about road safety and the Bedrock foes chose to just skip the class?
Sharing snacks with mobs has its own special touch depending on the edition you're playing. In Java Edition, it's a simple exchange. No flashy effects, just a full belly for the boys. But in Bedrock Edition, it's a feast for the eyes. Each food item triggers its own colorful particle effect when fed to mobs, adding a bit of flair to the feeding frenzy. Maybe this way, Mojang wanted to bring players to eat different kinds of food rather than sticking to that golden carrot diet.
Okay, I'm bored. So, let's go on an adventure. Oh look, I can see the shipwreck. I'm gonna be rich. But wait, why is it made out of acacia? Okay, I know what's happening. In Java Edition, these underwater relics are crafted exclusively from oak wood, preserving a traditional nautical aesthetic. However, in Bedrock Edition, the shipwrecks cast a wider net. Some may be constructed from the warm hues of acacia wood, adding a touch of diversity to their history. Yeah, now it makes sense. I'm happy that acacia got some love from Mojang after not being used in any other structure.
We all love turtles, but did you know that only players in Java Edition can snugly place turtles into boats? Yeah, the players that are playing in Bedrock Edition can't have their turtle friends in their boats. Now, I know that turtles can swim, but isn't it much better to have a boat companion?
What if you wanted to make your villagers more stylish? Yeah, you can put armor on them, but it doesn't show up in either version. But did you know that in Java Edition, you can use dispensers to attach different mob heads for a quirky makeover? Yeah, that is super cool. However, in Bedrock Edition, villagers are more low-key. They can't wear armor, so dispensers can't give them mob heads. That is not cool. I'll just stick to customizing my villagers in Java. But did you know that you can also customize the subscribe button? Yeah, just by pressing it, it turns into a different color. Try it right now.